Hello, 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 and good day to you. I hope that you've had a great weekend, that you're feeling refreshed, more refreshed than me, because my weekend was kind of crazy and all over the place, but it was still a good time. I wouldn't take any of it back. So if you're joining me live, thank you for joining me live. I'm always appreciative of those who are able to hop on live with me. But if you're not, that's fine too. Just put hashtag replay in the comments so that I know that you stopped by to spend some time with me today. Hey, Adina, thank you for joining me live, girl. Okay. So, yes, today's topic is self-care is easier than you think. And if there's anybody that you feel could benefit from hearing this topic, tag them in the comments so that they can watch this video either now or when they're able to hop on the replay later as well. If we have not met before, my name is Yaminah. I go by Coach Yamz, and I am the owner of Healing is Work Coaching, where I help women to stop doing shit out of obligation so that they can live life on their terms. Women, we have been weighed down with the expectations of society and family and religion and culture and whatever else it is that has been given to us to carry, regardless of how we feel about it. That is the walk of a woman's life, and I'm here to help all women realize that we ain't gotta live like this no more. There's freedom on the other side. So anywho, let me get into today's topic. Self-care is easier than you think. So this topic comes to me because it is Self-Care Awareness Month in the month of September. Self-care is something that I think is very important. It has made a huge impact in my life. And so it's kind of like, my foundational piece of things. Let's get into this. So self-care is the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. And I've said this before, and I will continue to say it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You simply cannot. And when you're your best self, that's when you can give your best to the people around you that you want to share your energy, time, and efforts with. What's the problem with saying, self-care is not that important? Well, self-care is important. And the thing that, sometimes is a misconception is that self-care has to be expensive or it has to be time consuming. And neither are true. Sometimes people think that self-care is going for a pedicure or going for a 90-minute massage or whatever other kind of service that you can pay for. And while those services are good and they do serve a purpose, myself included, I go for a 90-minute massage every month because that is part of my body maintenance for myself. But that's not at all the only self-care that I do. There's so many other things that I do. Not having a self-care practice causes you to burn out. You end up extending yourself beyond what it is that you're willing to actually give, but now you're tired beyond what energy you actually had to give because you was out here giving way more than you ever had to give to begin with. And so I want to give 3 tips to make self-care easy. And so tip number 1 is self-care is the small stuff. Just today, I was feeling tired, and taking care of me in just a small amount of time looked like me setting an alarm for 10 minutes and just laying in my bed and closing my eyes. I work from home, so I do have the luxury of laying in my bed while a work day could be happening. But I set a 10-minute timer and I just laid down and I took a nap. And not really even a nap, but just a moment to close my eyes, unplug from the world, and just be, because that is self-care. Tip number 2 is to learn to say no. Every time that you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So if you are saying yes to happy hour, you're probably saying no to sitting down and journaling about something that's been on your mind for the last couple weeks. You know, my advice on saying yes or no, whatever the case may be, I live and die by my calendar. And so if it's not on my calendar, it's not going to happen. And so before saying yes to something, take a pause, maybe check your calendar. If a calendar is not a thing that you're doing yet, maybe try out using your calendar so that you aren't double and triple booking yourself and overextending yourself. And so learn to say no. No is a complete sentence. No is okay. You ain't got to give no extra explanations. It can just be no. And then tip number 3 is that self-care is not selfish. Literally, you are the only person that is responsible for taking care of you. And if you're the only person that's actually responsible for taking care of you, you're the only person that can do it the absolute best. And so if that looks like a 10-minute nap in the middle of the day, or if that looks like sitting outside in nature with your toes in the grass for 5 minutes, or if that looks like sipping your morning coffee, listening to the birds while they chirp outside, literally anything that brings you any ounce of pleasure, peace, joy, calm, whatever that looks like, that is self-care. It can literally be a minute. It can be weeks. There is no right way to do self-care except that you need to do it. Not doing it is going to keep you feeling how you feel, sad, tired, all the things. We ain't got to live like this no more, y'all. We don't. So I just want to wrap up with if there are any questions that you have about self-care, please put those in the comments. If I don't get to them on the live today, that's okay, because I do circle back around and respond to any comments that are left on my live videos. And also know that clarity, peace of mind, more energy, all of these things are benefits to you implementing some type of self-care practice in your life. It does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be long. It just has to be consistent. Love you enough to give yourself consistency, because you're giving it to somebody else. You're giving it to a job. You're giving it to a church or a membership or something. If you can dedicate to others, dedicate just a little sliver of time to yourself. You deserve it. And so this is where I'll leave you. I will say, come join me next Monday, every Monday, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's where we get together and I talk about a topic. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes of food for thought so that you can, have some things to think about, see about updating your life, the way that you do things, the way that you think about things, because life is constantly changing. Be part of the change that you want to see. And also, as part of Self-Care Awareness Month, the month of September, I am offering a 1-hour free coaching session. The only thing you have to do is go to www.chatwithyamz.com. That's ChatWithyamz.com. Book a time with me. If you've never had therapy before, I'm not a therapist, so I want to make that clear. But if you've never had any kind of a therapy session or a coaching session, anything to kind of give you guidance outside of the people that are around you, an unbiased opinion, if you want an experience with someone who's going to keep it kind, but keep it honest with where you're at in life, book a time with me. Free 1-hour coaching session. You literally have nothing to lose. So yeah, that's all I've got for now. If there's something that I shared in this live that has been beneficial, please take a moment to tag someone in the comments that you feel could benefit from this, or, send it over to them, however you want. And that's all I got for you now. Ta-ta until next week.